This thing's on. Hanging out at SEC Media Days with Cole Cubelic, where he's cooking up a tailgate for us. What do you got on the menu today, Cole?
It looks like we got some potential baked beans with
Hot dog?
bark. Really want to know what we're having to drink here. Tar, I think is what we're serving up in our tailgate here. That looks like some rotten potato salad over there.
Oh, wow.
That we've got.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a small dab of bourbon in that plastic cup there that they're going to get going.
Might want to put that potato salad on ice.
Maybe,
that's not go bad.
And some sort of liquid we need in this. I'm not even sure, but that's probably our best item. Our tools for our tailgate are really nice here.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean, if you need some tongs.
Look at that. Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, we're gonna put that to use later. So yeah. Okay, here we go.
Speaking of fixing things up, Mark Stoops, he's got to fix things at Kentucky. Just let's be real. Kentucky's one of the least talked about teams down here this week, but it's a big year for Mark Stoops. So in 2025, Kentucky football will be blank.
Active. And they'll participate in games. I hope you hit your head on that tailgate, by the way. I think better than most. I don't know what the general consensus is because I think they're one of the least talked about teams here at Media Days so far. Obviously, they haven't been here, so tomorrow will be more. Let's look at some of the positives, all right? I think this could be Mark Stoops going back to a little bit of what he hung his hat on when he first got into the league, and that is we're going to be that team that you don't want to meet in a back alley. Physicality with what they've brought in along the line of scrimmage, with what they brought in at tight end, what they brought in physically at some of the running back and other places on defense. I think this might be kind of his new sort of direction. Because you guys know, like I do, there was a while where it was, we are that team, now let's go get all these athletes and pour them in. We need more speed, we need more athletic. You got a quarterback that's beat Alabama, that's played in the league at multiple places. I don't have every bit of confidence that Zach Calzada just works, but I do know that Bush Hamden's offense works. And if you can get somebody to tote the rock, which I think you have a couple backs that might be able to do that, if the offensive line comes around, my biggest question mark for the team, but Eric Wolford knows what he's doing. And I think Brad White still should have people's confidence in what he can do defensively. And you got a couple of D linemen that if they can play more consistent, they've shown they can play good football for this team in that uniform. I like the linebackers. I like the DBs. So I think it could be a team that's better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. A couple of these receivers back this year, they thought were going to be good last year. So if they show up, we'll see.
Yeah, that's a big question mark I have for the team is receivers. But you mentioned the offensive line. That was the big focal point all offseason. You got to fix the offensive line. But we saw at Oklahoma, you can't always go to the portal to piece together an offensive line. So what do you think, like how can you make that work with guys who are proven elsewhere to get them to come in and play as one collective unit?
Schematically, you go get guys that have done things in a similar fashion to what you're going to want them to do. So if I were to go get, say, kids from Arizona State who are running a bunch of gap scheme stuff, so they're blocking back and they're pulling majority of the time, they're not going to fit into what I want to do. You go get guys that have run a lot of outside zone, that have done some zone heavy stuff, that the footwork, the fundamentals, the hand placement, the hat placement is going to be similar to what you do. Now that has a better chance of operating well with where you want to go. And I think they've tried to do that. So with what Bush Hamden wants to do, you built it off the outside zone play. That has to go first and foremost. You build that, there comes your play action, there comes your bootlegs, you build some RPOs off that as well. Then you start adding some of the split zone where you get the tight ends are going to move, do different things to keep the linebackers at bay. But you get guys that fundamentally have done things similar to what you want to do. And I think they have a few of those. Now it's just getting reps together, which that's the hard part because groups can't get reps together anymore. Your reps are limited anyway. Spring practice, fall practice, you just don't get a ton of them. That's why we don't see a ton of great offensive lines right now. But you got a guy in Eric Wolford that is at least going to go back to, like I talked about, there's a lot of pieces right now to me that looks like Mark is saying, we're going to go back to just trying to bloody people's noses. Because a lot of teams still don't like that. And a lot of teams still can't withstand that. And if they can be that first, like a couple other pieces fall into place, maybe put together a good football team.
I'll leave you with this because you mentioned a couple times your confidence in Bush Hamden. There's a lot of Kentucky fans who they still don't know what this guy's going to do, right? Last year, things went sideways. There's quarterbacks going in and out. Vandegrift's getting injured. So what gives you confidence that Bush Hamden can get it done at Kentucky?
The first thing Kentucky needs, not Bush Hamden, the first thing Kentucky needs is a quarterback who is capable of seeing and deciphering multiple things, and is not just a first read quarterback. And I think they've had a few of those recently. And I feel like Devin Leary was stuck in that a little bit. I feel like Brock was stuck in that just a little bit. So you get a guy that understands the whole picture and understands all of it. And it's not just, okay, if this guy's open, I throw it there. And the reason I say that is, one, I've seen Bush make it work. Two, I've seen other guys run a very similar. I mean, this is all the App State Boise tree. Like, what they're doing at Missouri right now, would you say that it works?
Yeah.
It's the same offense. It works. So I've seen it work at a lot of places. It's just you got to have a guy that knows how to operate it. And it's not a quarterback difficult offense. It's just knowing where to go with the ball and when, and it's got to get past that first progression. If Zach Calzada can be comfortable with that, I think it's an offense under Bush Hamdan that can go.
I appreciate you spending some time with us. You're a busy man down here at SEC Media Days. What are you when you go to one of these tailgates? What do you cook? What's the my tailgate food that I got to get the best out there?
Well, this one looks like they took that football and poured it right there and started to fry it. Second off,
Are you a chicken wing guy?
I like wings not at a tailgate though, because then your fingers are all
Exactly.
I'm kind of old school, man. Give me a burger or a dog, and I'm fine. That's all I need. Like I'm also not. I don't need all the fancy stuff. Like, people are putting charcuterie boards at tailgates now. Like,
yeah. Come on.
Yeah, we're not going to Oxford, okay? Like, ribs. I will risk the attire and the hands being gross for ribs.
That's fair.
If you make them right, they're that good.
Cole Cubelic, full of knowledge, great calls, great takes. Thanks for joining us.